What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only community battle. Things are getting pretty interesting, except the fact that we can't access the culture menu, which is really annoying me. And I have tried, there's been since the first time we tried and it didn't work, and the second time last video, I have closed the game, so we're probably not gonna be able to look at that, which sucks because ideology is a cool thing to see who's winning. Well, can't make that much of a difference, can it? Really? I don't think I feel like I'd probably place a bit too much emphasis on the impact it has. The Mapuche made it to the Falkland Islands, which means Argentina will be making a lot more efforts. It's really sad. I think they just beat the Zulu to doing it. I think the Zulu may even... I don't know what the Zulu are doing, but that is probably what they were doing. That's really sad. But, oh, look at Brazil's borders as well. Just... luckily they're giving the Inca open borders, or I would have felt bad for the Incans. The Incans, by the way, are looking pretty good. I mean, if they were... They're just sort of... They're not in the best spot right now, but... I don't really know where they go from this, but they are doing okay. Like, they are keeping up with the world, so... I don't know, that's interesting to see how they play into it. Yep. The Moors did settle here, in the end, the city of Zaragoza. I always forget Texas had this city. They've locked off access to the Gulf of Mexico. And they're not doing anything right now, Texas. They're just sort of rebuilding. Probably a wise idea. As Polynesia are still sort of trying, but not really trying. So we'll see how that goes for them. The Iroquois are also been really quiet. It's been weird. It's been weird. No one seems to be doing the usual thing, where normally there'll be one civ that just dominates North America. I think you guys have voted on the perfect combo of civs to have in this area. Nigeria just entered the industrial era. A little bit late, but it's good to see them arriving. Yeah, they've got to get there at some point. Belgium has held on to this city from the Celts. I won't give them any more than that. The Celts did well to get their caravels kind of back. I think that's what sort of scared Belgium off. There's a few here getting in the way, if anything. The Moors still clinging on to Leningrad. I say clinging on, they've not really been under threat. But, you know, I'm so surprised they still have it. Mainly because Austria, I feel, are distracted doing stupid stuff like attacking Byzantium again. Like, it would be fairly easy for Austria to take Leningrad if they wanted to. And they'd be pretty safe if they did. Like, the Huns aren't going to be a threat, at least through one tile of border. And the Soviets aren't going to do anything either. They just pieced out with the Moors. And luckily, the Moors didn't give it back to them. How annoyed would we be if the Moors gave them, like, Valencia in a peace deal? Or Grenada? Could you imagine? And, like, when you could have just given them back Leningrad. Just imagine how annoying that would have been. But it didn't happen. Babylon is slowly just... this is just painful to watch. I don't know how... It's stuck at one population, I presume, because they haven't rebuilt the farms. But saying that, there's a ton of farms here. Like, there should be more food. With floodplains, like... should be growing more. Ethiopia has worked their way into a good spot here. We'll see whether they take it. Probably starting the siege now. Yep, okay, Ethiopia is definitely going to get a foothold in the Arabian Peninsula. This is going to be impressive. Very impressive. This is what happens when Arabia's not here, in a bit better spot to defend, I imagine. Ethiopia, who are doing very well. They seem to be leading the way in Africa right now. And, oh my goodness, this... is the moment we've probably all been wet. Trying to work out. Sometimes you can tell the direction the boat has been travelling in. And I hope this boat is going east. But it does look like Vietnam might be coming back this way. I'm sure that's not happened. But I don't know where this Vietnamese settler is going. Either way, probably to this island here. The AI does tend to settle there. Or one of the AI does tend to settle there before the game ends. Samoa... oh wow, they've got the eye. Oh, well, Samoa are going for Samoa. Someone did say about this in the comments that it was a bit weird. I think it's just because Samoa, the Samoan Civ doesn't have a city called Samoa for whatever reason. And so obviously it doesn't like cross out the name. I think sometimes it does, like if one Civ uses it, then it will skip it when it came to Polynesia settling Samoa. I don't think it always works though, because like the Spanish Civs and some of the South American Civs do have very similar names, whether that be through colonies or just... okay, Japan has joined this war. This is going to be crazy. In particular, the Pacific War we are about to see between Japan and Polynesia Who would have thought Polynesia is about to play a part in the Pacific War that we have wanted to see for AI-only battles for so long? Like, I've wanted to see, and I'm sure you guys too, with this small Pacific, just something between the Asian civs and the American civs, and Japan v Polynesia. Looks like it's going to be that, and Samoa's going to spice it up. I think Samoa's going to do very well out of this. I feel like they'll probably take this island here, and then they'll probably join a race late and maybe even slip in for Honolulu. Japan's going to have more of a tough time because they're going to have to go through all of this navy up here. But for Polynesia, this is going to stop them right in their tracks, and it's going to save the Shoshone, if anything. Just trying to spot. There are some random settlers hovering around the map, so I'm trying to look at the map, see if anything pops up. Vietnam, by the way, have still not managed to take this Qing city. It does look like their open borders have expired with Mongolia. They're really struggling here, Vietnam, which is kind of a bit of a blessing to the rest of the world right now, I can imagine. I can only imagine. I'm not looking at the info addicts, but I assume at least going to stagnate Vietnam. Not too badly. Hanoi, Saigon, and Beijing are all really good cities. Shanghai and Haiphong here aren't too bad either, but Hanoi in particular looks like a very, very good city. So I'm sure they'll be doing just fine. I mean, these two are so close to each other, yet so big as well, which is impressive. So let's see how this plays out. No. How? Well, that is the most annoying thing of the day so far. I mean, there's an annoying thing going on all the time. It's almost as annoying as a broken culture menu that won't let me see people's ideologies. Almost as annoying. But I'm just going to have to try and remember. There is a part of me that wants to get out like a notepad and pen and write down every single one. The one issue with that is I've forgotten who Belgium was. Now I could obviously go back and look at the video. So yeah, when I put it like that, it makes me seem very lazy. I am... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just give me a second. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know. Oh, I got a new phone like 4 months ago, but it doesn't have a notes app on it. No. Okay, I was going to make a note of this. Maybe at the end of the video, when this video's over, I'm going to like open up. I don't know. I'll open something where I can write down the ideologies, because it'd be nice to know. It would be nice to know. Rhodesia order, I can't remember what... I think Belgium went autocracy a long time ago. So, yeah, there you go. It does look like Vietnam is coming back this way, actually. This is bad. I hope they haven't been the whole way around the world. I hope they went sort of towards South America and then changed their mind. I really hope they haven't gone the whole way around the world, because that would be... I'd feel bad for them at that point. That really sucks. But Ethiopia really annoyed me. You really have annoyed me. But Rhodesia, by the way, how... Please don't tell... If they win this game with this borders and don't do any more expanding and they win somehow, I think I'm going to disqualify them, because that's impossible. Like, there's no way they could do that well off what they've got. But they have Royal Regiments, which I think are musketmen upgrades. They might be riflemen, but looking at the fact they have trebuchets, suggests musketmen. And Zulu, peace out with Babylon. Do you imagine Ethiopia did all that, got nothing, Zulu, peace out, take a city? That would have been so funny. Sometimes bad peace deals are funny. Sometimes they're annoying. There's a balance in there. Byzantium has peaced out with Qing, and obviously Qing can't give anything away. No worries there. That's the one benefit of only having one city left. No one's going to take anything away in a peace deal, because you can't lose your capital. Sadly, the city was at 10 population. I think Vietnam is literally just stood here to starve it to death at this point. It's tragic as that sounds, as awful as it sounds. Kilwa still have this southern tip of India. I feel like India doesn't mind too much. He's not been very aggressive all game. But if he gets nukes, obviously it'll be a different story. But that's still away. Quite very far away, to be fair. From happening Belgium, the Celts have got this city into the red. If they take it as well, they would do some damage. There's a frigate and a chasseur here. I have no idea what a chasseur is. I mean, it looks like a replacement for something. The Sioux have declared war on the Shoshone again. they will probably go in and take this city, I can imagine, with some, if they put in some work. They've got a big enough army. The problem is the Iroquois is coming over, and the Celts actually did recover the city of Potsdam. Good job. And Polynesia and Japan. Seems Japan has come out, I wouldn't say on top actually, but it looks like Japan is preoccupied going after Honolulu. Same goes with Samoa going after Samoa. If Nigeria's at war with Polynesia and Nigeria took Samoa, that would be the funniest thing so far. That would put Moorish Leningrad to shame, at least in my opinion. Yep, Honolulu's going to fall to Japan, even though Polynesia's probably winning this. Vietnam has now joined, which, I mean, Vietnam's navy is fairly okay, mainly because they have frigates. Like, Polynesia has frigates as well, like a similar amount. Japan doesn't, which is a bit of an issue. But I'm sure they're going to be fine here. Yeah, this sucks for Polynesia. This really does. But it's cool at the same time. Like, Japan, Polynesia, Samoa, I really don't mind as long as one of them did well. It would be cool enough for me. I'd be happy. Seems like it's going to be a mix of Samoa and Japan coming out well from this one, which is cool. Ethiopia, yeah, okay, I think everyone's going to start declaring war. The AI has a tendency to do this. Ethiopia now joining. It just seems like when one strong civ does it, like Vietnam, the other ones start to follow. Qing piecing out with Brazil, and the Inca piecing out with the Shoshone. Didn't even know they were at war. Oh, look at this. The Moors settled this island, the city of Seville. Bit more of the Caribbean for the Moors. That's pretty cool. They've been interesting, the Moors. It's been a weird game. They seem to have not annoyed anybody. I think it's because they were so far away from everybody's starting position. They were one of the most isolated civs. The Sioux and Austria now declaring war on Polynesia. The Sioux aren't going to do anything. And, I mean, Austria definitely aren't going to do anything. We don't have to worry about them. Austria pieced out with Byzantium. Did any cities change hands? This is a sort of war where they might, but no. They have stayed put. And they didn't actually seem to lose that much. The Huns have followed Belgium in autocracy. Nigeria just pieced out with Stalin. I check every time now to make sure no cities change hands in some weird peace deals. Anything's possible. Papal states are still alive, anyone wondering? Anyone's still hoping for that late comeback? They've still not spread Sikhism anywhere. They are surrounded by Buddhism and non-religious cities to the south. Probably not their ideal spot to be in right now. Oh, please wait. Who are we waiting for? Vietnam's taking so long. What are you doing? What are you doing? I feel like the AI takes a long time to compute when they're struggling to invade and also trying to find a spot to stick a settler. That seems like two of their toughest tasks. Honolulu is probably going to fall next video. Next video? Sorry, next turn. You've got one more turn. Probably this episode, if I'm nice. Considering not giving it to you guys. You know, there's just not enough likes these days. It's just Argentina only just entering the industrial era. Dang, you suck, Argentina. Of course you're going to get an extra turn. That'd be cruel not to. Argentina has joined this war, and it seems like Brazil is actually about to take the Falkland Islands, and Argentina, or somebody, will take this city. Argentina's putting in all the hard work, but I imagine it'll probably be this Brazilian rifleman that takes both cities. Wouldn't surprise me. Australia v Polynesia. Okay, well, just to make sure, that's pretty big. This is like the first war where Australia might actually do something. Maybe just send a caravel over. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Okay, Samoa is not going to be taking Honolulu. Well, it depends how much damage Japan does. If Japan attacks with both these privateers, they're not going to take it. And it might allow this privateer to get in. I'm not 100% on the movement. I feel like that's probably one turn too far. Also, Samoa's sort of run out of steam down here, so they might get away with this. They really might, because Samoa's not sent everything they have. That's their issue. Australia is going to send some sort of random stuff up. Okay, Japan's trying really hard. They'll probably just take Honolulu. Okay, Babylon has pieced out with Qing. The Huns have pieced out with Babylon. It's been weird, by the way. The three civs that have gone for ideologies, I mean, Rhodesia and the Huns in particular, I wouldn't say are dominating civs. They're not actually. The Huns are kind of catching up, to be fair to them. They have riflemen, which is a good sign. And they actually have some fairly big cities. So, yeah, maybe the Huns should be more of a threat. I think the problem is they just have so much stuff sort of locked up in the Caspian Sea that they don't need. That's all I would say about the Huns. Obviously, Belgium is a bit less of a surprise. They did just take Potsdam back again. We'll see if they can hold on to that in the next episode. But as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.